In a study from 2011 called The Impact of Likability on Memory Conformity, it was found that people's memories can be altered by how much they like the person they are remembering. The research found that participants were more likely to change their memories to align with the memories of those they found likable, meaning they would reshape their worldview so it more aligns with the person that they like. This incredible finding indicated that likability can influence not just opinions, but even factual recollections. Your social currency, meaning how much money you will make, how successful you'll be in your career, and the quality and the person you spend the rest of your life with is all dependent upon if people like you or not. In another study done on how convincing expert testimony was in a courtroom, expert testimony is when a lawyer wants to prove something or explain something to the jury, they bring in an expert, like this.
Dr. Bria, what is your current occupation?
I'm an associate professor of psychiatry and behavioral sciences at University of Southern California.
It was found that an expert that is dislikable is significantly less effective at convincing or persuading a jury in their expertise. Thus, experts who are perceived as likable are generally more successful in influencing others. In a place like a courtroom where objectivity and fact is the most important thing, the likability of those presenting objective information still is a major factor. So the question is, how do you get people to like you? And this question is actually bigger than you think, because we first need to break it down into three smaller questions. What do people like? How do people like? And why do people like? If we don't know what people like, we can't possibly hope to become more likable. It would be like trying to hide in a corner of a circular room. A study titled Morality's Centrality to Liking, Respecting, and Understanding Others sought to answer this part of our question. In the study, participants rated acquaintances on dimensions like morality, competence, and sociability. They then reported how much they liked, respected, or felt they knew these individuals that they just previously ranked. Interestingly, morality emerged as the most influential trait, particularly in determining how much participants liked and respected others. Traits like honesty and compassion were valued over other attributes, such as competence, indicating that moral characteristics are so important to positive social perceptions. Now, for substance, another study dug into these preferences for moral versus amoral traits and found that, in actuality, these moral traits are conditional and dependent on context. For example, traits that may typically be seen as amoral, like ruthlessness, can actually be appreciated if they align with achieving specific goals or competitive contexts, such as business or sports. A trait like aggression, in the right context, can be seen as an admirable trait, while aggression in the wrong context, like aggression from defensiveness in an argument, will be seen as a negative one. So this leaves us with two dimensions of what people may like. There's universal traits like morality, and then there's context-dependent traits like ruthlessness and aggression that are only admirable in certain situations. However, morality is not the only universal trait. Honesty, compassion, confidence, kindness, and humor, they all rank high on surveys where people are prompted what desirable traits they look for in a potential friend. Now, interestingly enough, rarely does wealth or attractiveness ever come into play when individuals are making decisions about who to be friends with. However, what does come into play is similarity. People are naturally drawn to others who share similar interests, values, or backgrounds. This is called the similarity attraction effect. Rich people tend to hang out with other rich people. Attractive people tend to hang out with other attractive people. And it's where the saying, birds of a feather flock together, comes from. It's true that shared experience and shared beliefs can spark stronger bonds. Well, simply being around somebody more has shown that you're at a higher likelihood of you liking them and them liking you. But other research has shown that the most important part of being likable is that you can't act it. You can't act more honest. You can't act more compassionate. You can't simply act more confident. You can't simply act more kind. Because the most important part of whether someone does or doesn't decide to like you is authenticity. In the same way that bad acting is obvious, people know when you're faking nice, not only because it's easy to tell, but because you likely fucking suck at it. People will want to be your friend if your honesty is authentic, meaning you're not being honest because of them or because your mom told you to. You're being honest because that is who you fundamentally are. And to be dishonest would be to bruise your morality and darken your soul. Now, our second dimension of our original question, how do you get people to like you, is how do people like? Now, research shows that an important dimension of how people like is your behavioral consistency. People want to know that you are going to act like you when they see you. They don't want you to be significantly more aggressive or significantly more quiet or significantly more talkative. People are more likely to trust and like those who show consistent behavior over time. Predictability often brings comfort and safety in social interactions. We also know of psychological mechanisms of liking someone and them liking you. Reciprocity remains incredibly important. People like those who give back in social interactions, whether it's a compliment, a favor, or simply genuine attention. There's also body language and communication where open postures, warm smiles, active listening, and good eye contact make interactions feel positive and inviting. Now we move into the third dimension of our original question. Why do people like? Now, hundreds of thousands of years ago, we realized we were more likely to survive around other people, in tribes. And the likelihood of your survival within the tribe, meaning to what extent you could inspire help from other tribe members, was directly correlated to how likable you were. Therefore, being liked meant better chances of survival through cooperation and support. Fast forward to today, and things are not that much different. We need each other to survive. We need friends to survive. And the core of making friends is being liked. People like because they need to be emotionally supported and validated. If you're someone who boosts their self-esteem, giving them genuine compliments and being on their team, it is likely they will associate your company with positivity. Thirdly, if they see you being this way in general, not just to them, they see you extending a helping hand. They see you not wanting to talk negatively about others or putting other people down. They see you providing value to people's lives. They see that in a friendship with you, they see their chances increase to receive help from a friend in a time of need. Not only does their life get better because you are in it, but they actually feel safer in their lives because of the solid support system behind them that you provide. Now, it's important to note if you do these things for someone, make sure it is with someone who deserves it. If you're doing these things for someone and they do none of them back, get out. There are so many good people out there who deserve good friends. And they will be looking for you just as hard as you are looking for them. What you need to take away from this video is that there are people out there right now who deeply need your friendship. It is so important for not only their continued survival, but their life satisfaction. Secondly, you need to be sensitive to the signs that someone may like you and the signs you may be giving off. Are you genuine? Do you smile at people? Do you converse open and honestly? Thirdly, and most importantly, what people like is someone who is authentic, authentically confident, authentically moral, authentically kind. Someone whose gut reaction is to help other people and always want what is best for their friends. It is with this authenticity that trust is seen. Not only do people need to see that you're a good person, but they need to trust that you will continue to be a good person, even when things may get difficult. And that is how to be liked by anyone. I have more videos. This is an entire playlist that will help you be the best person you can possibly be. So watch them all and see your life change.